question.
Okay. Yes,
All
please.
these functions, special function, and all these tools. Is there let's say a book now, or maybe can is there a way we can I can get like the list of all those functions? Say I want to do this. This is the function to use. I want to do this one. So this is the function to use. Or is it as it is in the English? Says I want to clean. Now, if I just type clean, the function of that clean will come back.
Yes, that's a very good question. Anyway, all of these things are inside in one way or the other. Inside, there's a place called formula. Here, can you see this formula here? You see the function that I use, the sum function. There's a lot of functions actually, and when you type equal to, you would begin to see so many functions. But it's to understand what those functions does. And inside the material that we've shared, some of those functions are there, and you can get to understand what they are being used. And I think that's one of the reasons why we are having this section, so we can understand how to use these things. I don't know if you get my point. So basically, when you still go to Google, you Google any function, you get to understand what the function is used for. Then um, there may not be need for you to cram all these things because there are too plenty. I could understand where you may be coming from, but if you click this place, right, more function, you can see different type. If the statistical function you are dealing with, you can see average, chi, and so on and so forth, count if, count function, and all that. The sum we use, you can see the function here to sum something up, to do average of something, you know. And there are so many other functions as well, lookup functions. Then from the Excel 2029 book I had shared, there is a lot of functions that are explained how they are being used. They are inside there too. I had mentioned that the book is quite voluminous, but you can use it as a reference point. So you do not need to cram all these functions. You only need to understand when to use the one you want to use. Or when you are in a particular situation, just like the way we find ourselves in, we have a data given to us. We can see candidate ID is there, and bet ID, like everything is just together. There's spaces in there, there are special characters in there. So how do we want to approach this? First and foremost, we want to take it bit by bit. So I will delete this. I just use this to explain how the function stuff works. So remember, anytime you are putting in a function or a formula, you need to start with an equal to in Excel. All right. All right, I think we need to get going. So as I did mention that there are some special characters in here. So the first thing we want to think of is how we can clean that. So we want to clean these things away. It's dirty. It's not clean. So let's clean it. So that is how I used to think it. And sometimes there's a kind of looping function inside a function.
Sir,
Yes.
are you still sharing your screen?
Yes, I thought I was.
I'm not seeing it again.
You are not seeing it again. What am I sharing? Okay, so you know what? I would enlarge this and stop sharing. I stop sharing. Stop sharing. Then I will share my screen again. Can you see my screen now?
You can see it now.
Okay,
Thank you.
that's all right. So basically, as I said earlier, you want to start thinking of how to approach this. Some things are not supposed to be there. These little things, they are dirty, so we want to clean them. So we want to start equal to clean. You can see the clean function there. Before you even click it, it will tell you what it does. Clean, remove all unprintable characters from text. All unprintable characters from text. You can see this thing will be like question mark. You can see this other thing that is kind of, I don't even know what it is. So they are uncleanable characters. If you double click on this, then it's asking you text. What do you want to clean? You want to clean this particular cell. You close it, close the bracket. Now when you press enter, you clean this, but there's something I want us to still do, because if you look closely, these things have like some of these cells, there is a kind of extra spaces. This is not where this is supposed to start. It's supposed to start from the beginning. It's not starting from the beginning. This one, there's so many spaces. Look at it. So we want to remove extra spaces. Now to remove extra spaces, you want to say trim. That's the function you use, trim. And look at it. Look at what they say now, trim. Look at the write-up you have there. Remove all spaces from a text string except for single spaces between words. If it's a single space, we understand it's just a single space. But when the spaces are many, of course you can see the spaces are there are too many spaces there. So you double click on this. What spaces do you want to remove? You want to remove spaces from this particular thing we've cleaned. So you now come to the end and close this bracket. You press enter. Now you can see that this one has been cleaned. It has started from the beginning. Those special characters that are there are no longer there, and so on. Now that you've done this, remember we use a formula and we use a function here, trim, then clean, and this. How do we then extend this to the other parts? You can drag down and it will populate. If you drag, go up, it will go back to what it is. But now imagine you have 10,000 rows or 1 million rows. You want the drag, your hand go pain you. So ideally what you want to do is you want to place your cursor on this particular cell and find that line in between it where it turned to black plus. You can see the black plus, and you double click, it will populate. Answer bar. Now this is what we have. We've achieved two things, right? We've removed unprintable characters, and we've removed extra spaces. This has been achieved. Now something is still wrong. You remember that with this thing we've done, this thing here is a function. When I mean it's a function, you can see it's a function here. Trim, clean is a function. Just like when we have 3, for instance, we have 4, for instance. You want to say equal to, you want to sum these two together, you use sum. Then you want to sum these two together, press enter. This 7 here is not an ordinary 7. It's a 7 that has been, you've used a function to generate this. So if you copy this 7 and paste it somewhere else, you'll be getting 0, or you'll be getting null, or something different. Why? Because this is not an ordinary 7. Hallelujah. It's not an ordinary 7. A function has been applied to this. So what do you want to do in this situation? You want to copy this, copy it, and paste it back as a number. Now this thing here, if you notice, look at the bar at the top here, is no longer equal to something. It's just a number. So if we copy this in piece now and we paste it here, we'll have our 7 in piece. So with this understanding, we would, oops, you see, that's supposed to delete. Hello. All right, with this understanding, we would then apply it to this place. We just want this thing, we want it to have character. These are character character and numbers all together. We don't want the function to be applied to it. So all you need to do is to kind of copy this. Once you copy it, go back to the first cell, click on the first cell, you right click. You can go to special pasting, or you can see the number from this point, or you can go here and see number, whichever one you think might be suitable for you. You press enter. Now you will notice that when you check one of these here at the top here, is no longer equal to trim clean. Can you see that now? It's just what it is. Now one part has been done. The next thing we want to do, just as Antonia has seen, or has pointed our attention that these things are just scattered, meaning everything has been jam-packed into one place. Candidate ID is supposed to be a column on its own. Birthday is supposed to be a column on its own. And experience is supposed to be a column, but they are all jam-packed into one thing. So what do we want to do? We want to split them into where they are supposed to be. Now, we can use a function to do that. By writing a function to split them, we can also use a point and click. You point and click using your you can see your tabs at the top. So let's go with that one first. I know that this point and click stuff is quite easier, but sometimes there's some kind of situation you find yourself, you might end up using functions. So that's why you need to understand the way it works. Okay, so let's go with the first approach. We want to, ideally, if I would explain better, what we want to do, we want to split these things into different columns. So take for instance, we have candidate ID. We want to have something like candidate ID in a single column. We want to have a birthday in a single column. We want to have experience in a single column. We want to have gender in a single column. We want to have email in a single column. Are we good to go? So what do we want to do? How do we want to achieve this? Now we want to split. Let me delete this. Now we already have an insight of what we want to do. We want to convert from text. These things are in text. We want to convert them from text to column. All we need to do is just to highlight. You can see the way I'm dragging my mouse, because this thing is quite small. That's why I'm dragging my mouse like this. So imagine you have like 10,000 rows or 1 million rows. It's possible to have that, especially in when records has been kept, a kind of transactional records. Over time it grows, data grows. So what do you want to do ideally? There's a lot of shortcut keys you can actually use to do these things. So when you click the first and the B1 cell as the first cell at the top, you want to hold your control key, hold your shift button, and press the down arrow on your keyboard. You see that it has gotten to the end. Alright, irrespective of how many rows of data you have, it will just go to just get to the bottom. And that's the idea. The same thing applicable if you are going to the right, left to right. You're going to the right, you hold your control key, hold your shift button, then use the right arrow to go. It's go to the end. So that's just, so what we need to do at this point in time is to hold your shift and control and press the down arrow. We highlighted this already. So after highlighting this, the next thing you want to do is to look for where the text to column tab is, and this is in your data tab. You see at the top here, data. I believe everybody have this data analysis to stuff. I think at some point you might be using them. So you can see this is where I'm headed. Text to columns. This is where I am going to. Text to columns. Text to columns. So you click on this text to columns Before we proceed with the next thing, now you can see it's asking, based on this text, we have delimited. So a delimited is just like something that is peculiar among a particular text, especially when you have plenty of them. It could be a comma, it could be a slash, it could be a special character, or anything at all. All right, so just to quickly assess what we have here, you will notice that PUY-046, 20633, something is separating some things. You can see comma is separating this with the birthday, then the experience, a comma is separating them. Then after the experience, for the gender, a slash is separating. So this slash, this comma, they are the delimited we are talking about. So we have to handle this delimited one at a time. Okay, we have to handle it one at a time. Now that we've moved this, okay, we'll just need to click next. So characters such as comma, okay, it's even stated there, tabs separate each fields. So that's what separated these fields. So you click on next. Now a tab is just like a space. So semicolon is a semicolon in English. A comma is a comma in English. All right, and a space is a space. And the order, you cannot specify what it is. So let me uncheck this one. Let's handle the comma part of things. So this is the comma part of things, and you can see the data preview. If we are separating these fields by comma, this is what we're having. This data will be splitted into into candidate ID, birth ID, which is the way we want things to be. You can click on next. Now they're asking you destination. Do you want this to start from here? This is B1, and this is a $sign saying that the thing should not move away from the cell we are dealing with. We'll explain this better when we start entering and table and reference and stuff like that. So if you want to keep this response, I mean this particular structure you already have, and you want your answer to start fresh from maybe column B or C, you can click inside here, this particular arrow here, and choose where you want it to be. So I want it to start from here. Then you click here, it goes back. Then you click finish. Okay, I think something is missing. Okay, so I had included something that is too wide, so I need to clean the other one, which is the B.
I'm not seeing what you are clicking, please.
Okay, how do I make this bigger? Okay, can you see the screen perhaps? Can you see the screen? And Chooks.
See what he will do. He should use his hand. Zoom is this thing screen bigger. That is
Okay, Chooks.
He should be the one to zoom his screen.
Okay, please, you can help me to zoom the screen because I can't zoom it. Can I even zoom it from here? Let me see.
Okay, I've zoomed it already.
Okay, thanks for that.
Okay.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying. Previously, by default, the thing would have used this particular cell and split this data the way it is. But maybe I want to keep the original state of this particular structure we have here so that we can understand what it's doing. I want it to start in a new place. I want it to start from here. then you
Please,
choose.
sir, can you go back to the one before here because I missed it there? The
Okay,
one before this page.
okay. So you know how we copied this particular one, and
Yes.
we paste it back in order to remove the. We paste it back as a number in order to remove the
Yes.
functions, right? So from here,
Yes, sir.
we want to split this and text. Is everything is just in a
Okay.
single, it's just in a single cell. Everything is jam packed. Candidate ID, birth ID, experience, gender, and there is something that is separating them. A comma is separating some of them, a
Yes.
slash is separating some of them, so that is called a delimited. All right.
Okay.
So we can do this in two ways. You can use a function, maybe like a left function, right function, mid function, to pick the things you want to pick. Yes, Macho.
Can you help me send this particular one now that you are doing now to the group this thing now assignment? Let me be able to have it also open on my own so that as you are doing too, I'm particularizing.
Okay, have you downloaded the material?
Is it this messy life?
No, the
No,
the
there's no
data
message.
analysis and data and dashboards. How is it called? Yeah, I thought you gave a thumbs up. You should have.
Yes, but that was with my phone, so
Okay, that's
not
fine. Yeah,
you
that's fine.
understand?
Yes, I do understand.
If you can just send us this particular this one now, so that I will now open it. I'll send it to my email. So, or just send it to my email, then I will now open it from my system.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's absolutely fine. What to do? Um, all right, I have actually uploaded a zip file in there. So it will contain the future ones we also want to look at. All right.
All right, thank you.
That's okay. So um, from here, I said we could use a function, or we could also use a point and click. These are your, you can see your oops, your ribbons, all right? Your the tabs at the top here. You can use this is point, you are pointing and you are clicking. So to demonstrate that, all we need to do is to use what we call a text to column. So these things are in text. We want to convert them to different columns. We highlight this. Oops, I don't go highlight plenty. We highlight this. You click on data, then you will see text to columns. Click on this text to columns. Now you have this out for you. So based on the structure of what we have characters such as commas, isn't it? And we have a slash as well. So this is the one we'll go with. We click on next. Automatically this one will be checked in for you. This is tab,
Okay.
so you are likely to uncheck it and do what your data looks like. So even in the messy
Okay.
data, you might come across some of this, so you have to know what is right for you to use. And sometimes the text might be separated with a semicolon, but ours now,
Okay.
two things are involved: a comma. So let's handle that first. There's another one again. If you want to handle it once in a time, it's not once in a time, once and for all. The other one is a what? A slash.
Yes.
Now you can see now we have already done everything in a go. Okay, but previously I wanted to do it one at a time, but we've already spent a lot of time in the explanation, so let's just do it once in a go. So you can see everything now the way we would want it. Antonia, you can see now, does this now look reasonable? This is the preview before you click next. Does it now look reasonable? Does it now look like
Yes,
what you would expect, right?
yes.
Now you can see now I can click next. So I want to be able to see this particular thing here. I want to leave this one that I have done. I don't want to overwrite it, because if I click finish, this one I have here will automatically turn to this. I want it to start from D2. So this B1, I'll change this B to D1 and just click finish. And the reason why I want to do it like that, so that you can practically see the transition. This was the data we have before. From there, we move to this one. From here, we are here now. Are we together?
Please, can you go back one step again, please?
Okay, which of the steps will I go back?
The one you said will click on B2 instead of B1 or something.
Okay, so I would, ideally, there's something I will do for you so you understand better.
Okay.
If I copy this, and let me paste this one here. This data is in what cell?
Is in M.
Yeah, is in
M
column
cell.
M. Is in column M. If you say cell, we have to do with rows and columns at the same time. So is in column M, right? To split this from text to column, you click on data. You will see where they say text to column. You click on it.
Yes.
When you click on it, is the print that is joining these things together are some delimiter, which are comma and a slash. So you click on next. You click on next. So
okay,
when you click on next, by default, this will be what will be checked. But can see now nothing has happened. Look at the data preview. Nothing has happened.
yes,
That's because the way this data has been kind of structured is being separated by a comma and a slash. So we will choose, we'll uncheck this one and choose a comma, then choose a
yes.
slash. Now you click next. This
Okay.
particular destination is where this thing here would populate. It's already
Okay.
in M1 in that particular cell. So if we click finish,
Okay.
it will just finish.
Okay.
You get my point?
Yes, sir.
So what I had wanted to do with the other one was to leave it the way it is so that we can see the transitioning. And that was why I had to choose a different cell in that place. So they said destination. All right.
Okay.
Any question again? So I can clean this one, right? All right. So the other thing again we would do from here, you can see that the data is looking finer and better. Now this was the state where it was, and this is where we are now. This thing we are doing is called data cleaning. You are cleaning the data. You are making it very useful for you to use. All right. You are making it very useful for you to use. So what again do we want to do? There are some things we also need to do with this data. Can somebody tell me what they can see? What did you notice? Real quick. I'm talking about this particular one we've done here. Yes, someone tell me what they can see. Is that all we need to do? Is the data okay? Is it okay for us to start using?
Like those ones of gender, the one of gender that is having, like the male that is having double E, stuff like that. How can you change it?
Okay.
No.
Are you asking a question or you are making an observation? Okay.
Equation.
A question. Yes, you can use a function to change it by saying anywhere it's used. If it's used is a label called small m, you should change it to capital M, so everything will be uniform. And like in SQL, perhaps SQL for instance is is not case sensitive. So mail is mail, whether you spell it anyhow, whether it's small letter or big letter, mix it doesn't matter. But some function or some data tools could be case sensitive, like R and Python and some other stuffs. Does that answer? And even in Excel as well, is a bit, once you said spell mail, right? It won't group them together as mail. It won't group them together as mail. It would handle them separately because the write-ups are not the same. So it's part of the things we also need to clean. Is that okay? Yes. Any other observation, please?
The date of birth.
The date of birth.
Right.
Cool.
Yes.
That's a good observation. Any other one again? All right. So let's handle that. The date of birth. So what is wrong with the date of birth?
I think there is a term I'm trying to remember. I think it's still in there. Is it text format or something?
Okay. So the fields, the data type. So
Yes, the data type.
yeah. So the data type is the issue we need to fix. Just to mention that Excel starts from 0. When we say 0 in Excel, in timing, we're talking about 1900. Am I confusing somebody? When we said 0 in Excel, so the origin in time scale, when you talk about 0, we're talking about 1900, 0101, 0101, 1900. And that is how the numbering continue counting. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2 will be 0201, 1900. So 20,636 is a particular date. If you now do the math, you get to find out. You understand what I mean? I don't think I have the strength for that kind of math. Because if 0 is 0101, then what will 1963? Okay, let's do the math now. I think we have some mathematicians. Okay, let's assume 0, right, is equal to, short, this is what problem. Let's leave that one. So if 0 is equals to 0101, 1900, then what would this one be? You now do, no, it's what problem. So we are here to solve solution. All right. So what we need to do is to change that particular field to a different data type, which will be dates. And when we talk about date in Excel, it could be what is it called again? It could be long date, it could be short date. When we talk about short dates, maybe I'm trying to speak from, let me highlight this so that you can see what I'm saying. So you highlight, right? You just go to home and let me come here. This is what I'm talking about. You can see when I say short dates, this is what I mean. When I say long dates, this is how the format looks like. So we can agree which one we want to go with. So I will need your suggestion.
Short date. That's brilliant. What's up?
Let's go with short date.
Okay, short date. Just click on the short date and it changes. Are we there?
It's actually my wife's. Repeating.
It's coming again, sir.
Okay, so what you need to do, let me do Control Z. You have your birth date. It's supposed to be a particular date, but then it's actually a date in there, but it's expressed as a number.
Okay.
So when you highlight it, we want to change. When you highlight it, you click on home. You click on home. You will see at this place where you have calculating is number format. You click this drop down. You will see short dates and long dates. You can choose the one or the format you want it. So let me try long dates now. If you click on long dates, then this will change.
Okay.
30th June 1956. They never born me.
Mm,
In short, my birth of date no dey here. Alright, is that clear?
yes, sir.
So the other thing again we want to check is we want to check the format of this number as the data types for all this particular one that is 18, 19, 10. This there's supposed to be a particular data type, isn't it? What kind of data type is it supposed to be? When you talk about experience, what would you expect your experience to be?
It has to do with
It
year.
will be yes now. It will be yes.
To be in years, and that years will be what? Number. Is that not?
With number.
Numbers.
Yes.
18 years. 18 years is not 1996. Or 50 years is not the same as 2005. 2005 as a year is different from should we say age or years? I don't even know how to speak the English, but that's okay. So what we need to do, we can try to right click on one of the cell and let's see if we can find convert. Sometimes some of these things I know they cram mamu. All right, you also try to look for what you are looking for. If it's not there, you leave them. So let's try to just highlight it. Then let's go through this place. You click on home again. You click on your general. So this one is there is no specific this, but this is already number. It's already a number. You can see 1, 2, 3 is a number already. So we can put this as number, which is already a number, I think. Or alternatively, I am wondering, you can decide to kind of copy it and paste it as a number. So let me see this particular one here. If I copy this and paste it back in the same place, but I'll right click this time around and paste it as a value or a number, which is still the same thing, doesn't make any difference. But the reason is there's something you will notice. Should I go back? There is
Go
something
on.
you will notice, that there was a space. Sometimes some number may not be number. Like when we talk about ID, for instance, and you are using 1, 2, 3, 4 as a means of identification. At that point in time, those numbers are not measurable. They are just like a string. So what I'm saying in essence is I can have a number like this, 5, right? But instead of this 5, I'm wondering how to change this. Okay, let me see if I can. Let me copy this and paste this as a text so that you see what the difference would be. Special pasting. Function. I can't even see how to paste this as a text. Okay, you know what? Let me try something. Equals to let me put it in a string 5. Cool. I think this works. Now, can we see the difference between this one here and this one? This one here is a number. This one here is a string. But they are both 5 now. Isn't it? Yes, they are both 5. But this one here is a string, meaning it's not representing a numerical value. So we need to be careful that when you even have a number, you be sure that that thing is a number. All right. Any question before we proceed? Okay. Then I think there are so many other ways we can handle such kind of things. Perhaps you could kind of highlight this, right click. You see where they say format cell. You see format cell. You click on the format cell. Now this thing is in general. You can decide to put it in number. Then sometimes you may want to put it to have like 2 decimal places, or 0 decimal places, or 3, depending on how you want it. So let's take for instance, we want to say 2 decimal places, for instance. Maybe this is a currency or money. You know, it will be a money. You can choose the currency and all that. But for this, let us leave this to 2 decimal places. Then if the figures you have are so plenty, like big figures in terms of the counts are up to like 1,000, you can use a separator. Like if it's 50,000, so that after the write 50 you put comma, you check this. But for this purpose we don't need it for now. If you click OK, you can see what has transpired. Are we together? All right. So part of this is we are demonstrating is ways to clean data. All right, ways to clean data. So what to do? We now want to convert. You can see that there are some cases here. Some are small letter, some are capital letter. Are we there? So what I will do,
Yes.
I will try to add an extra column. So you right click. Let me do that again. I want to add an extra column just close to this person here, this gender, because I want to do some things that are related to gender. You click on the H, then you right click, you see insert. So you've inserted a new column. So in here I want to give it, let's call it gender. Okay, what do we want to do? We want to convert text in the one that are in G, in column G, to a proper case, so that all of them will be uniform. Because in Excel, you know what I will do for you now? If I highlight this, for instance, and do pivots, I know all of us know about pivots and table because we've demonstrated that the last time. Do a pivot, then I can drag this now. This thing I'm using in recording, there is this thing that is already with it. It's not allowing me to drag. What to do? It's obstructing me from dragging it. Wahalat. Oh no. Okay. So what I should do is I would include plenty cells. Okay, so that the thing will, this particular one I'm interested in, will go down and I can be able to drag it. So this my recording device thought it has sense. Oops, I don't know what has transpired. Okay, let me highlight this again. Okay, there's a space somewhere. Let me highlight this. Sorry, I'm taking a bit of time. There's something I want to demonstrate. Okay, yes, that's okay. That's okay. Can you still see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, I have
Yes, yes.
good. I have applied small sense and the thing worked. Now you see that gender side. I will drag this gender and bring to my row. What can we see? See now, male, female. Can see this and this. This one is showing small letter. This one is showing capital letter, and it still have double E in it. You get? So let's go back to. I'll just delete this. I'll delete this. I will delete. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I will delete this. And there was something I had mentioned when you are doing your data cleaning. It's a good practice for you to keep your data, the data you are cleaning, have a copy of it. And I forgot to duplicate this data. Nobody reminded me, but although the data was untouched. So if you want to duplicate a data before, especially the data you want to work with, it will be good to have a copy of it in case you start doing some processes, you don't even remember what you do, and you want to go and start from the beginning. You can just have it to duplicate this data, this clean data, for instance. If you right click, you see where they say move or copy. Move or copy. You click on this move or copy, then a cell will appear. All you need to do is to say specify which of the one you want to create a copy of. So the one I want to create a copy of is this clean data. Look at where they say create a copy. You click on it, then click OK. Now we now have two data. We have the original one here, we have the copied. Am I rushing?
Come again.
It's only Jesus that will come again. All right. If you want to duplicate a data, so let's take for instance this particular data we have here. This particular data we have here. You want to duplicate this one. You right click on the sheet name. So once you right click on the sheet name, you will see where they say move or copy. Can you see that move or copy?
It's okay. What can I put in here this morning?
Antonia,
Sound
we are learning since morning, no? we're trying to we're trying to recreate we're trying to recreate a copy of a worksheet. All right. So you click on copy or move or copy. You click on that. Then you choose the one you want to create a copy. I want to create a copy of the one they say convert number. Then you click on create a copy and you click OK, and a copy is already created. Are we there?
yes, sir.
Cool. Nkiru, do you understand it now? Okay. Any other question before we proceed?
None yet.
None yet. Okay. So we can now go back to where we were. Where we were. Okay, we were here. So what we want to do at this point in time, we want to make every of this capital letter so that those ones that have small letter can still maintain the same letter. So we use the function proper to make it capital. So you want to say equal to proper. Proper, open bracket. Then you choose the cell. You close this. Then you click enter. Answer bar. All you need to do is to double click. Once the plus sign turn to black plus.
But anyhow,
Yes, so
but the spelling is still wrong. Melly, that's double E.
Melin.
That's the spelling of the male. Is still...
Yes, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. The spelling of the male is wrong. But what we want to do now is there are some other male that are written in small letter and some are in capital letter. So we want to make everything for all of them to be to be having capital letter. So
Okay.
so you can see you see the way we are identifying these errors. That is what you should do with that data that we have given. There are so many, but
Okay.
those data are plenty. I don't know how you want to come and be doing it one after the other. That is why your understanding of pivot charts, pivot table, I mean, is relevant, because you can use pivot table to do a quick exploration to understand an overview of what is wrong. Then you can now start thinking of what can I do. Don't you think
Mm-hmm.
all right. So what you need to do is just to double click, and this aspect has been populated. And if you look at the first spelling, the first letter of each of those word has been in capital letter. Yes, Nkiru. Yes. Yes, Nkiru. You can go on with your question.
The one that we make all of them to become capital letter.
Yes.
What did you do? You say equal to what?
Proper. Proper now.
Proper now.
Yes, no, don't put now, just proper. Then open bracket.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, proper. We'll just use proper. If you want to make each of the letters capital letter. So where were we? We were here. What do we want to do now? We want to check spell check the spelling, just as Antonia has called our attention. You notice that the gender column male is misspelled as Mali. So to correct this now, you need to select that column. You select this column. All right. Once we select the column, all you need to do, you could use the review tab. You see the review tab at the top. If you click on the review tab, then you see where it says spelling. Right? Under the roofing, you see roofing. You can see my screen, my mouse, right? Under the roofing, you can see where they say spelling. Click on the spelling. Now, something has I'm not particularly sure what has okay. Now it said spell check complete. You are good to go. Okay. I don't know whether this thing has done what we want it to done. Spelling. You are good to go. What is good to go? Maybe this particular discipline is not get sense. You can see, well, alternatively, we can use the shortcut key. You press F7. Alternates F7. I'm wondering how to press F7 on my computer. Hello. F7. It's not working for me. Sorry, hold on for me, please. Under the suggestion box, yes.
So can we try the replace function, Control F?
Control.
Then F, then we replace to the right word. Is it possible?
Yes, we can do that as well. So the Control F, you find the one you want to find, then make changes or add certain things you want to find. So what exactly do we want to find?
We click on replace. When you click on replace, so we can now type the Malay and replace with, we now put the right one to replace with.
Okay. Find what? So let's type in what we want to find first.
No, let's click on, since we want to replace, we go to replace.
Okay. So okay, everything is here then. So we have find this and we want to replace this with and if we do find all, then I don't know,
No,
we would go into trouble.
we-
It will
it's better we select the column
yeah.
first, then we now click replace all.
Okay, I think the column has been selected already.
Okay, sir.
So
So click
find
replace
all.
all.
We could not find what you are looking for.
Click on replace all.
Replace all. Okay. We could not find anything to replace.
Okay.
Hold on.
I've done it on my own sheet. It worked.
You remember that thing I mentioned about a function, and maybe that may be the situation we are into right now.
Okay.
So let's copy this first and paste back as a number of right. Then with this Control F. So we're looking for find this. Still the same. Then replace with replace all. Yeah. So all done. So you can see from the pop-up saying that all done. We made 2 replacements. Thank you very much. Alternatively, this other one I wanted to show you in the review top bar. I don't know why I'm having little difficulty with it, but that's okay. The major thing is we are able to find a solution to it. Then you can also use an if function. Let me kind of open and insert another cell. Okay, I'll insert 2 cells. So the first thing is, let me just call this G. No, we're running out of time. Gender, then gender again. All right. So I want to do that other thing we had done previously to make everything capital letter. So equal to proper. Then we put this one, enter, and we double tap, it goes that way. So I'm saying that you can use an if condition to make the changes as well. So you want to say equal to, you want to use an if condition, say if this function here is equal to this particular function Mali EE, right? If it's equals to this, then we want it to return this particular text, just mail. Otherwise, it should return what is inside here. Now let me stop and allow you to digest the function that we've written. And I think after this, we should be planning on stopping so that we can give room to those who want to ask questions. All right. Yes. Any question with the function before we click enter?
Okay. Sorry. Is there a way we can, because if we click it now, if we drag it down, for those in the female, it will not be okay. Is there a way we can also combine it with the female?
I don't think we have a problem with the female own, and that is why the if condition
Okay.
says that if H2, that means any cell here in this row here is equals to
Okay.
this string male, then it should return male. If not, return what is inside the cell. Is that
Okay.
is that explanation clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I want to be sure that everyone understood before I press enter. Any question? Ask.
Please repeat.
Okay, I am repeating. We have used Control F and replace to replace what we need to replace. Another option alternative is to use an if condition. You write a statement, an if condition, and this is what the condition says. You start with if, open bracket, if what you have here is equal to Mali, then we want it to return male, the right thing we want. Otherwise, if it is not the case, then return whatsoever thing that is there. So take for instance, if we come to this particular one here, it's not Mali now, so what it will return will still be female. So that's what the function is doing. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Enter. Answer bar. So you just need to either drag, because I'm trying to avoid you getting used to dragging, because by the time you start working with big data, it will become an issue, because you go drag tire. But once you have it like this, you just double click, it will populate your response. Yes, I think that's all. And you can see the answers we have here is the same as what we have here. So any question?
Yes.
Any question? So yes, any question?
Hello.
Hi.
So my question is like I just need a clarification based on because
logistic.
I'm coming based on like data we're having a difficulty like sorting this mail something that you have to say maybe if the thing is in something that's all.
In a
So,
formula, a function.
So how do you get it out from that formula and function stuff?
Yes, we copied it. Like this one now is a function, right? This particular one we use an if condition. So we copied it. You copy. Then you go and paste it back inside there. So instead of pasting as just ordinary, you paste it as a number. You paste it as value. So if you check inside now, you see that the if condition is no longer there. Is that okay?
Yes, but I want to get, because there was time I was working on Excel. So when I put a price, like I put a number, I thought it was number. But when I now try to do summation, the thing is not okay. The thing not even bring out the naira. So that is like it not bring out the unit.
Okay.
So maybe I don't know, because I think you said something too like that. Maybe some numbers.
Yes.
How to be able to know when the thing is in number and when it is not in number. Which columns does it fall, or maybe does?
Yes.
How do you detect if it is yeah?
Okay. As I had mentioned, like this 5 here, I can give another example. We have 5. Or let's say, what number do you like, sir? Let's use the number you like.
Let's use number 8.
Oh, number 8. Active striker. Isn't a striker assistant? I've been out in the column safe. So this is 8. Look at the 8 has gone to the end of this. So you imagine we have equal to. We have 8 as a string. This is a string, just like a letter. You can see where it is. This one here is not a number. It's just like an ID, a representation. That your 8 as a number. That your 8 for your jersey, no be ordinary 8. meaning is a means of identifying you as a player. That's the number you play, but that is not numeric. I mean, yes, that is not numeric. That is not measurable, rather, instead of numeric.
So how do you use this thing now? Is it that when you are typing now, anyone that is not a number, you use that is it what do you type
Double,
it again? Let me see.
double quotation equal
Double
to,
quotation
yes.
equal to then double quotation.
Then you type in the number. I like 7. I put 7. So
Okay.
this will be a string, just like a text, a string. Yes, and I think this can
Okay.
be converted. When you check the format cell, this comes up. Then you can see that this is a string. You can change this to a number. You can make this just a number. Oops, let me turn it to 0. Click OK, or click your home. You can see at the top here, you see that thing is already a number.
Okay.
So here I can
So
change different data types. So you can
then
see.
another question that I have again,
Yes, please.
like sometimes when you are on a cell now and you are typing, let's say if that cell is not enough to contain the this thing, you will see now it will be as if some are hiding.
Okay.
Like either the first one or the last one, to be as if it is hiding.
Yes.
How do you get to solve that issue without expanding the cell? That's so that once you're able to do this thing, if you click on it, you'll be able to see the stuff. But I mean, what do you do? Let me just put it like that.
So what exactly do you want to do? You want to expand it, you don't want to expand it.
Like now, for example, now, let's say you are typing now, just like this email now. So it happens that it is only one of those stuff now that is very long. I know now coming to expand it because of one this thing now. It will look it will be somehow. So what do you do now in that case now? That is because, for example, now if you print it now, it's not going to come out as it's supposed to be full on its own because it's not being seen on the system.
Okay, and there's nothing you will do. Yes, I get what you mean. There's nothing you do. You just expand it if you want to print it. But if you want to
There's nothing you can do aside from expanding it.
but if you don't want to print it and you want to be able to see what is inside there, you can put your mouse inside there or click inside. At the top of your screen here, you will see the full name of the thing at the top. Look at this place here, FX. Can see my yes, you see the full write up at the top there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
That's all right. Any other question before we round up for the day? I will still I think the other part we might want to talk about is removing duplicates. And to remove duplicate, you just highlight these things here. You click on your data, then you see where they say remove duplicates. Then we want to say okay, say no duplicate value found. If there were rows that were duplicated, it will just remove them. So we will stop here. It's 7 o'clock already. It's past 7 already, and I would urge every one of us to try as much as we can to. I'll stop recording.